Hi guys, it's me, Kimberly with the Caffeinated Snail, and today I'm going to show you how to make my beautiful sunflower bag pattern. It has been requested many a times that I make a video tutorial for this pattern, and I decided that I'm finally able to do that for you guys. Now to get started, you will need this espresso brown from the Karen 1 pound yarn for the pattern itself, because you could see that this is going to be very dark. That is what I use, but I will be using a lighter brown for the tutorial so that you could see my stitches as I make it. You will also need Karen 1 pound sunflower for the petals. You will need the red heart medium thyme color for the leaves, and then just a little bit of black for the chain that we use for the strap. You will also need a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, some scissors, and a tapestry needle. Stitches that you should be comfortable with before starting this project is a magic ring, knowing how to chain, make single crochets, increasing, making half double crochet stitches, double crochet stitches, triple crochet stitches, and slip stitches, as well as bobble stitches. I will be going over how to make bobble stitches because that is like a specialty stitch that we use quite a bit in this pattern. Just as a reminder, I do use US stitch terms, so if you are from the UK and use UK crochet stitch terms, or from another country, just be aware that I am using US crochet terms. A few notes before we begin. The crochet sunflower bag pattern does use worsted weight yarn, so if you don't have these colors available to you, or if you want to use others, I do use worsted weight or size 4 yarn. If you use DK weight or size 3 yarn, it will be smaller. If you use bulky yarn or size 5, 6, 7 for yarn, it will be way bigger, which is, if that's something that you'd like, it's definitely something you can do. Just remember that if you are adjusting the yarn weight, you just want to change your hook size to meet the equivalent of what you will need. I also call this a low sew bag. The only sewing that you actually do is sewing on the 2 petals right here, and then adding the chain to here, but you can easily just join the yarn here, chain, and then join here to avoid that sewing, so that the only thing that you would need to sew are the leaves. All right, so let's get started. Like I said, instead of using the dark brown, I will be using a lighter brown to start the pattern. So I am going to zoom in so that you could see what I am going to be doing. Using the brown yarn, you're going to make a magic ring. And then you're going to single crochet 6 into the ring. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After that, you are going to tighten it and slip stitch to the first single crochet that you made so that you have a circle. Just like that. Now, in the next stitch, we're going to make a single crochet stitch, and then we're going to make a bobble stitch. A bobble stitch is a very textural stitch, and it is done by making 4 to 5 half-finished double crochet stitches in one stitch to get that puffy texture. So to do that, I will be doing it 4 times, so I have 5 loops on my hook. But you could do either 4 or 5 depending on how puffy you want your stitches. But let me show you how to do that. So you're going to wrap the yarn around your hook like you would for a double crochet, and in that same stitch you're going to insert your hook, yarn over, pull through the loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then immediately you're going to yarn over, go through the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2 loops. So now I have 3 loops on my hook. So I'm going to do this process 2 more times into that same stitch that we made that single crochet in. Okay, so if you do this 4 times, you should have 5 loops on your hook, just like that. And at this point, we're going to yarn over and we're going to go through all 5 loops on the hook. Now, the next stitch, the first round, these stitches might get hidden from the first round. So always make sure that you pull that stitch over a little bit, just to make sure that you are working in the very next stitch. So in that very next stitch, you're going to make a single crochet. And then you're going to make another bobble stitch. Okay, so you're gonna, again, go into that same stitch like you would be for making a double crochet, and then you're gonna just go through 2 loops, immediately yarn over, and then do that 3 more times so that you have 5 loops on your hook. Okay, and then in that next stitch, you're going to make a single crochet. Okay, so this is what it should look like on the front side. And you'll notice that the bobbles are on the back side. So this back side actually becomes our front side when we're done. So the side that we will be working on at all times will basically be flat. And all the texture will be on the wrong side, which will actually be the right side when we are done making our pattern. So again, I have that single crochet there, and I'm going to show you how to make a bobble stitch 1 more time. So again, we're going to wrap the yarn around our hook. Then we're going to insert it into that same stitch that we made the single crochet, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2 loops, yarn over, go through the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2 loops, yarn over, go through the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2 loops. Okay, so 1 more time. So yarn over, go through the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2 loops. Now you should have 5 loops on your hook, yarn over, go through all 5 loops. So you're going to repeat this process for the next 3 stitches, because that's all we have left for this round. All right, we just finished round 2, and now we're going into round 3. So the next thing that you're going to be doing is you're going to make a single crochet increase into every stitch in this round. The reason we do that versus making more bobble stitches is because we do not want the bobbles to be next to each other. Otherwise they will become too constricted and it will be very hard to crochet. So this row really gives them space for room and grow for those bobbles. And this is what it looks like after round 3. You should have 24 single crochet stitches, and this is what it currently looks like from the textured bobble side. So now we're going to start round 4. We're going to make a single crochet stitch. In the next stitch, not the same stitch, but in the next stitch, we will be making a bobble stitch just like we did before. Okay, and then in the next stitch, we're going to make a single crochet stitch. And then in the next stitch, we'll make a bobble stitch. So for this round and every bobble stitch round going forward, we will be making bobble stitches in their own stitch, and then it will be sandwiched by like single crochet stitches. So just completed that bobble stitch. In the next stitch, I'll do a single crochet stitch. It was only for the first round where we will actually have both a single crochet and double crochet in the same, not double crochet, single crochet and a bobble stitch in the same round. Now they each get their own stitch, so they aren't too constricted. For this round, you're going to make a bobble stitch in one stitch, and then in the following stitch a single crochet stitch. You should end this round with a bobble stitch, and you should have 12 bobble stitches at the end of it and 12 single crochet stitches. At the end of round 4, you're going to slip stitch into that first single crochet stitch that we made. And now we're going to start round 5. We're going to make a single crochet increase into the following stitch. And then we're going to make one single crochet into the next stitch. For this round, we're going to repeat making a single crochet increase in one stitch, and then just a single crochet into the next stitch. So you should end this round with 36 single crochet stitches. I just finished round 5, where I made 36 stitches by making a single crochet increase and then a single crochet into the stitch tops. And this is what it looks like from the other side. You can see how you're getting like that nice definition with the bobbles. This is the middle string, and I will weave that in when I get towards the end. But that is how it looks. So the rest of the process is actually going to be super easy because you're just repeating a bobble round of just making a bobble and then a single crochet, and then you're just going to do like a single crochet increase, and then increase the number of just single crochets that you have in the following stitches. Let's get started on round 6. Okay, so this is very much like round 4. So you're going to make a single crochet stitch into the next stitch, and then you're going to make a bobble stitch into the following stitch. Again, make sure that your bobble stitches have 5 loops on it, so 4 half finished double crochets. You can use more if you'd like, and then in that next stitch you just do a single crochet. But like I said, you can do more double crochets, like 5 or 6, if you're wanting puffier stitches. But for this round, just make a bobble stitch and then a single crochet and then a bobble stitch, and just repeat that for this round. And this is the end of round 6. You should have 18 bobble stitch stitches in this round, and then 18 single crochet stitches to be in between those bobble stitches. So you should have 6 bobble stitches here, 12, and then 18. And then when you're done with the round, remember to slip stitch to that first single crochet. So now we are going to start round 7. In that first stitch, we're going to make a single crochet increase, and then in the following 2 stitches, we're going to make a just one single crochet stitch in each of those 2 stitches. And you're just going to repeat that for the rest of this round, and you should end up with 48 stitches for this round. And now we are going to start round 8. Again, this is the bobble row, so you're going to do a single crochet and then a bobble, and you're just going to repeat that for the rest of the round. This round, since there's 48 stitches in the last round, you should have 24 bobble stitches in this round, and you should end with a bobble stitch. I just finished round 8. This is what it looks like from the textured side. This is what it looks like from the side that we've been working with. And now we will start round 9. Round 9 is done by making a single crochet increase into the first stitch. And then we will make a single crochet into the next 3 stitches. And we're just going to repeat that for the rest of the round. By the end of the round, we should have 60 stitches. This is the end of round 9. This is what it looks like on the textured side. And now we're going to start our last bobble round. And surprise, surprise, it is just like all the other bobble rounds where you're going to make a single crochet stitch in that first stitch, and then you're going to make a bobble stitch into the next. And just as before, you're going to repeat this for the entire round, alternating bobble stitches and single crochet stitches. And in the end, you should have 30 single crochet stitches and 30 bobble stitches for this round. All right, and I just finished round 10, and so we should have 30 bobble stitches on the front here, and now we're going to do our last round. So I did end this round with a slip stitch as per usual. So now we are going to make a single crochet increase into the next stitch, and then we're going to do a single crochet stitch in the next 4 stitches. So we should end this round with 72. And I just finished the last round, and this is what it looks like on the back side, and this is the front side, or this is really the back side, but we're using it as the front because that is the texture that we want. Like I said earlier, this is a lighter color than I actually use in the pattern, and I wanted to do that so that you're able to see me actually make the stitches in the beginning when I was teaching you how to make a bobble stitch. So you could use a light brown like I did. You just want to make sure that you make 2 of these. Otherwise, you can use that dark brown that I have here. And going forward, I will be using 2 rounds of the dark brown to show you how to join and do the petals. All right, like I said, once you have both of the rounds done and completed, you're going to put the flat side together so that both of the textured are sticking out, and then you're just going to single crochet the edge of these together. So you ended each round with 72, so you should have 72 stitches in each round, so it should line up. So you're just going to go through the top stitch of one side of the round, and then you're going to go through the top side of the next round. I didn't fasten off my yarn from making the second round here. I just kept it on, but if you do fasten it off, just rejoin some yarn just so that you can single crochet them together. For this round, you're just doing 1 single crochet into the top stitches of both sides of the sunflower middle, and then you will leave enough space for your hand to go in and out for the purse, so about 15 to 20 stitches. And then when you get to that top part where it is only the 15 to 20 stitches that you want to leave open, you're just going to do a single crochet onto one side of that instead of 2. Okay, so now that we have our middles finished, they're sewn together, or crocheted together, should I say, and you have a hole big enough for your hand to fit in, so it could be a proper purse. We are ready to start the petals. To start the petals, you're going to take 2 strands of the yellow yarn, and you're going to join the yellow yarn anywhere to the edge of the bag. You want to make sure that you are joining it to the side that has the fully crocheted circle top on it, because the other side does not have that. But anyways, so you're going to join your yarn just like that. Once your yarn is joined, you are going to chain 1, and then you're going to single crochet into the same stitch. It's a bit more tricky because you are using the 2 strands, but trust me, it will be worth it. Next, you're going to chain 5. If you hear noise in the background, I'm sorry. My cat right now is enjoying some cat treats, and she's being a bit loud about it. But after you chain 5, you're going to single crochet increase into the next stitch, which is this one right here. Okay, once you made your 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch, it should look something like this right now. Just trust the process. It does take 2 rounds to complete the sunflower petals. Okay, so now you're going to skip that next stitch, and in the following stitch you're going to make a single crochet increase. So that just means 2 single crochets, just like that. Then you're going to repeat chaining 5, single crochet increase into the next stitch, skip a stitch, and then single crochet increase into the next stitch. You want to repeat that for the rest of the round. So again, you're going to chain 5, make a single crochet increase into the next stitch, then you're going to skip a stitch and then single crochet increase into the following stitch. You're going to slip stitch to the chain that you made at the beginning of the round to finish off this round. So I will be right back once I am done with this round. Okay, and then once you're done with the round, you're going to slip stitch to that first chain that you made at the beginning. Ta-da! And it should look something like this. So it looks a little funny. Let me adjust my camera here so you can see it. Alright, so it should have like these little pokey ends that happen. And now we're going to start round 2. For the second round of the petals, we are going to be working into these chain loops here that were created in the last round. So the first stitch that we're going to be making is a half double crochet. So wrap your yarn around your hook and insert it into that chain loop, pull up a loop, and go through all 3 loops or 6 loops on your hook, since we are double stranding. So you're going to make another half double crochet into that chain space, okay? And then we're going to make 2 double crochets into that same space. All right, so there we have that. Then we're going to chain 1. And then we're going to work on the other half of this petal. So we're going to make 2 double crochets and then 2 half double crochets on this side of the petal. Once you're done making your other half of the petal, the 2 double crochets and the 2 half double crochets, you're going to make a slip stitch in between these 2 clusters that we made in the previous round. So right where we skipped that stitch, we're going to make a slip stitch. Just like that. And then we're going to work into the next petal, just like what we did with the first one. So 2 half double crochets, 2 double crochets, a chain, and then 2 double crochets and 2 half double crochets. And then remember to make that slip stitch into that space between those 2 single crochet increase clusters from the round below. And this is what your petals should look like. I mean, you may need to like pull them out a little bit, otherwise they might be a little wonky since we were just messing with them. But this is what the petals look like. And so we're just going to repeat that for the rest of this round. And then I will come back when this round is completed and show you what it looks like. And this is what it looks like currently. Let me just lift it up a little bit like that. As you can tell, I didn't add the petals to the back side of the bag. This is the side that we didn't add that little bit of extra to for the joining round when we joined the 2 brown circles together. So now that we have this out of the way, we are going to work on the sunflower leaves. Now for the sunflower leaves, you're going to need 2 strands of green, just like what we did with the flower petals. The reason why we use 2 strands of yarn and we're keeping the same sized hook that we're currently using is to make, here I'll use this as an example, to make it super stiff so that it holds its shape. Because if these were only 1 ply, they would easily curl. To make the sunflower leaves, you're going to make a magic ring with the 2 strands, and then you're going to immediately single crochet 7 into the circle. Normally when we make circles or rounds, we always start with like 6 single crochets if we're going to use single crochets, but this one is going to have 7, which is a bit uncommon, but it'll be fine. So once you're done making the 7 strands, the 7 single crochets, you're going to pull the double strands tight, and then you're going to make a slip stitch to that first single crochet. So you should have 7 single crochets or 7 stitches in this round. Okay, just like that. To start round 2, you're going to chain 2, and then you're going to make 3 double crochets into the next stitch. Like that. And then you're going to make a double crochet increase in the next 2 stitches. So just 2 double crochets into each of the next 2 stitches. So that one just has 2 in it, so that's my double crochet increase. And then we're going to make 1 more of those. Sorry, my cat is making some noise right now, being a little playful. Next, you're going to make 3 triple crochet stitches into the following stitch. So that next stitch, you're going to do 3 triple crochet stitches. If you've never done a triple crochet stitch, it's very similar to a double crochet stitch. Instead of wrapping around your hook once and then doing a double crochet, you're going to wrap it around twice. And then you're going to insert your hook into the top of the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then you're going to yarn over, go through 2 loops, and then yarn over, go through 2 loops, and then yarn over, go through 2 loops. So that's a triple crochet. So yarn over twice, go into that same stitch where we made that first triple crochet, since we're making 3 of them in there, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2 loops, yarn over, go through 2 loops, yarn over, go through 2 loops, just like that. So just make 1 more of those. All right, so that was the top of the leaf. So now we're going to be working on the opposite side, which is going to look a lot like what we did on the previous side, which means the next 2 stitches are going to get a double crochet increase. And then after that, you're going to make 3 double crochets into the next stitch, into that last stitch. All right, so it should look something like this at this point. Next, you're going to chain 2 and then make a slip stitch to that first single crochet in round 1, which should be right here. All right, so we have that done. So then we're going to chain 2. And then we're going to make a single crochet and then a half double crochet into the next stitch. On top of that double crochet stitch, we're going to make a single crochet and then a half double crochet. Okay, so over that double crochet, make that single crochet and that half double crochet. And then in the following stitch, you're going to make 3 double crochets. Then you're going to make a double crochet increase into the next 6 stitches. Alright, so this is what it should look like so far. This should be the next stitch, which is going to be that middle triple crochet that we made in the round before. So we are going to make a triple crochet and then a chain and then a triple crochet into that stitch. So again, you're just gonna make a triple crochet, a chain, and a triple crochet for that very top stitch, just like that. And then we're going to double crochet increase into the next 6 stitches like we did on the previous side. Alright, so this is what it should look like right now. It has a pointed end. We just did the 6 double crochet increases on the final side. So now we're going to make 3 double crochet stitches into the next stitch, and then you're going to make a half double crochet and a single crochet into the next stitch, and then finally you're going to chain 1 and slip stitch to that chain 2 that you made at the beginning, and then you're going to fasten off your yarn. You want to leave a tail for sewing though. So with these leaves, you want to make only about 2 of them, and then once they are made like this, let me tighten the middle a little bit, it should look something like this. In the end, it has a slight heart shape to it, just like a normal sunflower leaf would. Now I'm going to show you my finished one, my finished sunflower bag. So this is what it looks like at the top. Here, let me zoom out. All right, this is my finished bag that I made previously. It uses 2 sunflower leaves that I sew to the back side of the bag to the left of the opening. You can honestly place these anywhere on your bag, but that's just where I placed them. So if that's where you want, that's where you can put them. And for reference, I just did a quick little whip stitch to sew them on. So I made 2 and then I just sewed them here. Very simple. That's the only place where I did sew them. I did tack them to the petals that they're behind so that they stay connected. And then once you have your petals connected, what you're going to do is make your strap or attach a strap if you already like wanted to pre-make one, or if you bought one and you wanted it to not be, you know, a crochet chain, totally fine. But you just want to join some yarn, like black yarn, any color, right here at the opening of the bag, and then you want to chain a length that you feel comfortable for a back strap. For me, that's usually about 100 to 125 chains, and then I just join it over here onto the other side of the opening. For this chain, what I did do is I double stranded it so it is a bit thicker and more sturdy if I wanted to wear this out all day. Anyways, this is how I make my sunflower bag, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you like this tutorial, please check out my other video tutorials that I have. like my backpack pattern that uses the sunburst granny square, or if you're looking for more tutorials that I don't have videos for, and you're comfortable reading a pattern, I do have over 200 patterns on my website, The Caffeinated Snail, linked below.